What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, Jammin with J Money from Sportsbook Review. J Money is my guy Jordan Sharp and this Junior Browne. We back for another day, man. NBA Friday. We're trying to get to some cash once again today. Yesterday wasn't too bad. What you think, Jordan? I know you weren't here with us yesterday, Jordan. How was your day yesterday?
Not bad. Went 1-1, but I cashed my bigger of the two plays, which was nice. I had the over in the first half of the Milwaukee Detroit game. Cashed by 1 point, so we got a little lucky on that one. But missed on the Grizz last night. I think you guys were on that one as well. I saw. So we all shared in that loss last night. But yeah, it just kept it light. Well, it wasn't on the show, obviously. Only had a couple plays tonight, but I'm back in it tonight. Definitely have a few that I'm enjoying here for this evening. So I'm glad to see. Glad to be back on to see what you guys are on as well. How about you, Junior? How'd you end up yesterday?
I went 2-1-1 yesterday. Like we discussed right before we came on, these idiots in Brooklyn, they had it in the bag and then they didn't. Covered those two Milwaukee first quarter, Milwaukee first half with ease. Thought I had that third one in the bag. Turns out I didn't. And then Memphis, yeah. Memphis didn't come to play, man, but they're a young team. That's going to happen. They kept it close. They came back, pulled in. I thought they might have pulled it through there at the end, but they ran out of gas. It's going to be tough for them tonight in LA after that game they had last night.
Yeah, a little comeback. Yeah, it's tough when you come back, them there win. Then now you got to come back versus the Lakers. I mean, when I was looking, I was like, damn, maybe it could have been a little look ahead spot. It is one I can't say. I didn't even look to see who they played next, but still, man, I thought they was better than the Kings. I still think they couldn't afford to lose that one. But yeah, make sure y'all get over there to SBR, man. SBR video /NBA to check out the articles. All three of us have articles on there every day. I know I had the Nets on there. I mean, it was +8.5. And then obviously with the Ben Simmons news goes down to 7.5, 7, some places 6.5. Sometimes it don't matter, man. The fact that the +8 push, man, absolutely pissed me off. I put a little 7.5 in my pocket as well, man. The 7.5 loss, that shit had me heated, bro. Really, I mean, I'm up here putting up curtains and shit in my new house and stuff. And man, I look back at the phone, and so the Nets was up by 20 points. It's pretty frustrating, bro. It really is. I mean, even the push, you still get a little money, all that, but it's tough, man. Obviously, cash with the Rockets, easy first quarter, first half, full game. That was pretty as easy as could be, really, right there. I mean, it was up by 21 at the end of the first quarter. The game was already over. Russell Westbrook getting into it with you know how he is, man. He got to get into it with somebody, man. The Bucks absolutely blow the Pistons out, 126-106. That was pretty easy there. Teddy was right with that Hornets call, man. He had +5. Hey, money line cash as well. They win by 10 once again versus the Bulls, man. That's 4 straight times versus the Bulls. They own them boys this year. That's pretty crazy. They came out there and smacked them boys pretty early. And the Hawks beat the Heat straight up, man. And it's crazy because see, I be going to different books and stuff. One of them was taking a 7.5 for the Heat, and I was like, damn, I should hop on the Hawks, but I just ended up staying off of it, man. It didn't even matter. It don't matter what you took them boys at. They ended up winning straight up, and they was down late in that game. And like I said, I mean, they outscored them 39-27 in the fourth quarter. He did, but the Heat were up like 5 or 6 late in the game. Then the Hawks, like I say, just made a push for you know what, they were by 5. I'm like, damn. So yeah, Trae Young he couldn't afford to talk his shit in that one, man, because we know the last game he was saying it's over and end up losing and shit. But that was pretty crazy, man. Yeah, we took the loss with the Grizzlies, like I said, and it's tough being on. I told y'all on the show yesterday, it's tough being on something that everyone's on. We'll talk about that tonight, but sometimes it just goes. I mean, it doesn't go your way. The Kings, they played better than them. It didn't matter that everybody was on them, but I mean, Kings just played better. You could argue it's a look at his spot, whatever, man. We took the loss with the Grizzlies, man. But yeah, the Rockets game, that was pretty easy. Next game, that was pretty frustrating. To be up 20 and then lose by 8 in overtime, I mean, that's just tough. That's as tough as it's gonna be, man. I was pissed last night, I must say, man. I got the guys on for a reason, man. Let's get to someone today. We appreciate y'all in the chat too, man. We got Jacob in here, Marcelo, Coombe, Charlie. What's up, Big King, Alvin Smith, Jason, MEA Capella, everybody, man. Hey, even the people that want to come in the chat troll. We appreciate y'all for being a fan too, man. You still giving anybody is disliking too. We had like 300 likes yesterday, 4 dislikes. Put somebody probably the same 4 people come here every day, man. But it's all good. Y'all still give us a viewer. Let's get to some money today though, Junior. What's up with this Mavs and Orlando spot, bro? We got the Mavs here. Obviously coming out the break here. The Magic. Aaron Gordon might be a little pissed, but it doesn't matter, man. Their offense is terrible. What you think with the Mavs? Are we riding with the Mavs tonight?
Yeah, I got your homeboys minus the 4. I think that offensively, especially with Luka back in the game, even though Orlando is known as a defensive team, last couple of weeks, their defense has tailed off a little bit. And for a team like them, that makes a huge difference for the simple fact that their offense has not improved. They're still one of the worst offensive teams in the league. And if their defense is going to tail off even just a little bit, that's going to mean a lot of problems getting wins. I think this Mavericks team is number 1 in the NBA for a reason. Luka Doncic has missed 11 games, 11 out of 55 games, which, that might not seem a lot, but that's 20% of their games. And they're still the number 1 ranked offense in the league. So I think they've proven that they can score with or without him. With him in the lineup, especially against this specific Orlando team, I just don't think that they have anybody that could really slow Luka down. I know that, again, we think of Orlando as a defensive team. I know they got some long bodies, et cetera, but the way that Doncic plays specifically, they got nobody that could slow him down. I mean, Markelle is a bigger sized guard, so he might be able to do a better job than most. But the fact of the matter is Luka makes you play at his speed. On the flip side, I just don't think Orlando brings enough offense. I think that this is a pretty cheap price for a Mavs team that's looking to solidify their playoff spot.
Exactly. Yeah, I like them. I like them too here, man. I like them too. What you think, Jordan? You think the Mavs the side here? I know you probably ain't looking towards taking the Magic here.
No, I don't think the Magic are worth a bet here. I do think that if you are going to make a play on this, and I think you guys are right. I think it's Dallas or nothing. I will say I think DJ Augustine's going to come back for the Magic tonight. That'll add a little bit of scoring off their bench. So that is something to just keep in mind, keep in the back of your minds in this one. But other than that, yeah, there's really nothing else that leads me to believe that the Mavericks are going to be slowed down by the Magic defense tonight, especially with what Junior said. I think it's very important because their defense has trailed off. Over the last 5 games, they're giving up over 114 per and 58 in the first half. So if that trend continues here, even after the All-Star break, I think, yeah, you're absolutely right. This is definitely a cheap price for the Mavericks.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a cheap price, man. Like I say, a lot of people own them right now. 78% of the public, but like I say, sometimes the public wins, man. Sometimes just it looks too easy, but sometimes it really is that easy, man. Like the Bucks yesterday. So DJ Augustine is coming back. You're right. That was something that I didn't mention, but yeah, I saw him being upgraded to probable. Obviously, he didn't play for a while before the break. He could be a little rusty here. Probably practice whatever, but he's gonna be a little rusty. But it doesn't matter. They just don't have enough offense to keep up with the Mavericks. Man, I'd be surprised if we lose this game tonight, man. Yeah, I say that's my team, man. I don't give a damn. But yeah, you could have got it a little bit better number. It's starting to go up now. Open at 3.5, up to 4 now. Like I said, it's only gonna go up from there. So if you like the Mavs, you might as well go and hop on it now. I'm pretty sure it's moving to 4.5 at some books right now. I'm pretty sure it is. 4.5 at Bovada, 4.5 at Heritage, but you can still there's still some 4s out there, man. Y'all make sure you the line. As seen yesterday, people was asking me with the Nets, hey, you still like it at 6.5? I'm like, yeah, I still like it. And they should have won that game. I'm like, yeah, I still like it, but you know what I'm saying? I don't love it. Like, I mean, you're missing out, man. I don't know, man. Y'all gotta get on this shit early, bro. I know sometimes sometimes you gotta wait. Some certain teams you wait and see who playing, but I mean, this is fresh off the break. You know who playing pretty much or not, man. If you like some shit, you better hop on it rather quickly. Well, I mean, with Ben Simmons, we didn't know he was out yesterday. That was pretty crazy. But next game, Cavs versus Washington. I'll let if you have anything on the total in this one, Jordan. This one look like an over spot with no the Cavs got Drummond over there now. The Wizards, just you look at none but overs with them, Jordan. You taking the first half over here or full game over in this spot?
The first half is definitely one I'm looking at. I haven't locked anything in on this one yet, so it's just a lean at this point. But that first half total being a little less than half, obviously, of the full game line is appealing, especially with the pace that the Wizards are going to play here in the first half, which is basically balls to the wall faster than Cleveland's going to be comfortable with. And, with JB Bickerstaff taking over for the Cavs now, I think that's a big unknown for this game. And I think you could see them kind of let loose a little bit and speed things up because under John Beilein, they were not playing fast at all. So if that happens, this is definitely a smash spot for the over. I really haven't dived too deep into the first half here, but I do like that number. And I do think I see it's ticking up from 115. It's at 115.5 pretty much across the board, almost at every shop other than Pinnacle right now. So I would not be surprised to see that trend continue here throughout the day. So that would be where I'd lean for this one for sure on the first half over. I don't know about the full game though just yet.
That's funny. John Beilein. Who is that? Is that the college coach or what? That's the guy that came from Michigan or what? The guy that I said that should have stayed at Michigan? What the hell you come to Cavs for? No, I ain't gonna even get on your ass too much, man. But why you come to the Cavs thinking what you thought they were finna be like the Lakers or something? All of a sudden they finna be cold, like y'all finna make the playoffs? What were you expecting, bro? Like, really? I mean, y'all could have even been even worse than this. Y'all got 14 wins. You might want to pat yourself on the back, man. Because you boys could have single-digit wins, man. I don't understand why he's so surprised. Oh, now you want to quit halfway. At least finish out the season, man. Come on, bro. I don't know. At least finish out the season. That's the only way I look. I mean, I understand if you're terrible. Y'all already finna tank anyway. What, you going to get a new coach?
Jay,
oh, now we finna play hard. It's too fucking late,
Jay,
man.
Did you hear what
I don't
happened
know.
with that? Did you hear why he's leaving midseason? Because Andre Drummond basically was like, I'm not staying here if he's still the coach, and there's no chance you
Damn.
ever re-signing me. So it's essentially Andre Drummond being like, what is this guy doing?
Now, what if he now and I didn't know that, and I really don't, it really don't matter to me. But I mean, that is a nice piece of info. But what if he still don't sign with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, why who would be
He won't.
excited to sign with the Cavs, bro? So you're gonna say, oh, you got to get out of here just because of Drummond, and then he still leave y'all? Like, I mean, I didn't understand that anyway. It's the Cavs. I don't know. Them boys remind me of the fucking Browns now, man. Shit. Junior, I mean, what you had to say about the Beeline situation? I know you don't probably have a play on this game, but I think we probably both agreed though that it's probably Washington or nothing. I wouldn't even be looking towards the Cavs, even though they got Drummond. Other than that, I mean, the Wizards are starting to get back healthy now. I don't think the Cavs can keep up scoring wise with the Wizards. I mean, can they even keep up with the pace? So I mean, it's Wizards or nothing for me. Like I say, it would look like it opened at 4.5 up to 6 now. So it's touching even higher than that right now. Yeah, six across the board. What you think about that situation, Junior? Damn. Okay.
My guy's frozen.
I guess not.
He didn't have nothing
Jordan.
to say.
Hey, I'm sorry, man. That shit tripped me out real quick. I'm like, okay. Now, but look,
Junior's speechless.
man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. Let's get to this Pacers game, man. Greens game, Jade. And I feel like this one, like I did about the Rockets yesterday, like the Pacers today, smack up on the Knicks. We got the exact same situation as yesterday. We got a team that was doing bad. They got a real good win right before the break. Okay, boom. They're a much better team than this team. We got a team that's sorry. They don't have nothing to play for. They're at the house. They're on the road. We're getting a little bit of a better number, or was getting a better number, but I still like it. And you tell me it's a revenge spot that they lost at the house. I mean, that was the only thing about the Rockets. I mean, they lost on national TV on Christmas Day. The Pacers lost as 11-point favorites at the house, man. To the Knicks, only mustered up 85 points. They scored 11 points in the first quarter and 14 points in the fourth quarter. That's just not happening again tonight, bro. The Pacers finna fucking lay the smackdown on the Knicks. Revenge game, Jay, back for another one. Tell me something. I know you like, and Jordan, and I got on some Pacer socks too, man. I was there, Ross
you got the socks
man.
now.
I saw the socks. You said, I said, you know what? I'm gonna be putting some money on the Pacer here in the near future. I'm getting these fucking socks, and I'm putting them bitches on when I got the pay, and I got them on, and we gonna cash with the Pacers today, and that's what we're gonna do. Tell me something good, Junior. Are you there or what?
I'm here, bro. Yeah, that John Beilein
Junior,
story.
the Pacers.
It made me lose
Huh?
my internet. Nah, John,
Nah,
listen.
sorry. I don't even care about it. You don't even gotta mention this shit if you don't want to. Let's get to the. I'm trying to get to some money.
All I gotta
Fuck
say is
Beeline.
when you
He's
hire
a
a
fucking
senior
loser.
citizen, you
said
can't be hiring senior citizens for their first NBA job. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
Hey, unless you want discounts, and when y'all go to IHOP and stuff, hey, he got a senior discount. Hey, can we get it for the meal or what? We got you on the tip. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna spend a couple bands anyway. We go to Denny's, all that. Hey, we get the senior discount. He got AARP card, all that, man.
Them West Coast games was past John Beeline's bedtime, bro. Like it's rough for him out there, you know.
He probably sleep. He probably boy got to get on some pills or something just to stay up. Nah, but for real, forget all that, man. On all seriousness, fuck all that, because I really don't even play around that much, man. I really, even though I know it be jokey joke on the show and stuff, I don't play. I'm all serious, bro, about the business. Let's talk about this Pacers game, Junior. What you like in here, my guy? I know you like the Knicks here. The Knicks a live dog in this spot. Damn. You can't make this shit up. Hey, Jordan. Jordan.
Here comes the jokes about my internet now, which as you're being in my house.
Hey, Junior got the new. Hey,
I'm
Junior
sorry, y'all.
moved into your house. Nah, man. Nah. Hey, Jordan. The Knicks live dog here or what? Knicks finna get 2 straight wins over the Pacers?
No, the Pacers are gonna come. If y'all watched the show last Thursday, with us talking, or sorry, last on Wednesday it was, and we talked about the futures and everything. We talked about Teddy covers very high on the Pacers here second half, and I couldn't agree with him more. This is a team that's finally starting to get their best player integrated into the offense. And you look at this team top to bottom. I don't care if TJ Warren plays or not tonight. I think he will. But it is a little concerning that he's out. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's a smash spot just yet, with not knowing Warren being in. But Elfrid Payton just got ruled out. He's basically what makes this offense go for the Knicks, of what little offense they have, I should say. If the Pacers come in locked in on the defensive end of the ball, which they weren't during this losing streak up until their last game before the All-Star break, if they regain that defensive intensity, it's over tonight. They're going to win by double figures easy tonight. I'm really hesitant to smash them though, just with Warren not being out, because we've seen with him being out, their offense does look a lot different, and he's a big kind of a glue guy type of piece for them on offense this year. So I'm kind of interested to see if he plays tonight. I still think it's good if he doesn't, but I think it's great if he does. That's for sure.
Man, them boys finna smack them boys, bro. I'm telling you. And you know what? I think really I'm saying it with Warren out, because I know Oladipo back, no minutes restriction. The fact that it's up against the Knicks, and the fact that Elfrid Payton is out, their starting point guard for the Knicks. I know Wade Ellington gonna play, but I mean Payton is out. That's a pretty big deal for the Knicks already. I mean, they feel like they needed everybody to be an active dog in this spot. Pacers come in here with revenge, resting and ready. I think they come to play here. I think Warren. I think he should suit up after all the rest. I think it's just a little back, if I'm not mistaken, a little back problem. So, hey, get massaged up. Like I always say, man, send that boy. What they in New York? Send that boy to the little massage parlor real quick, man. Get him fixed up right. You know what I'm saying? They gonna do something strange for a little old piece of. You know what? We ain't even talk about that. But for real though, Pacers, even without Warren, in my opinion, I think the Pacers gonna lay the smack down. When Eric Gordon was ruled out last night, a lot of people were scared to take the Rockets. Okay, it didn't fucking matter, bro. It didn't matter. That's how I feel about this game tonight, man. This is for what it's worth. What you think, Junior? Is my guy Junior here or what? It's not. If not, we'll go to the next game, Jordan. We'll go to the next game. What you think on this Suns and Raptors spot, Jordan?
I'm intrigued by the Raptors here, that's for sure. But then you got Phoenix, who's getting basically their entire front court back tonight, or at least they're all questionable officially. But I think like Ayton, Aaron Baines, and Dario Saric are all going to play tonight, which they weren't for the last several weeks leading up, and Ayton obviously missed some time leading up to the break too. So that's kind of the biggest wild card in all of this. The thing is with Phoenix is that's probably not going to solve their defense one bit. Even with Ayton in there, they're still not a good defensive team. And despite the fact that Toronto's obviously still missing Norm Powell, Marc Gasol's out tonight, you do have, I think, some worry if Serge Ibaka gets into foul trouble or something like that, because the Raptors are a little thinner up front, but they're still a much more versatile team, much better team defensively, obviously. And if they come out rested and ready, I think Junior was here, he'd probably talk about Toronto being one of those teams that doesn't mess around, obviously. So there is a side to this one, I definitely would lay the points with Toronto, but I just don't think I'm there yet with Phoenix having all those guys coming back. It's going to be interesting to see how they kind of come together, because we've obviously seen from them at times, especially earlier in the year when they were all healthy, that they have proven to be a pretty formidable opponent for most teams, even on the road here in a tough place to play in Toronto. So I probably will lay off of it entirely, but if I do have to lean on it, I'd say Toronto for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, and this one that honestly, I thought that this line would be a little higher. We've seen how the Suns have how bad the Suns have been playing, and then we see how good the Raptors are. I mean, they had won 15 straight games before taking the L versus the Nets. They've actually balling. Why isn't this line? I mean, and everybody's on them. Why isn't this line open at 9.5, 10? That's the only thing I'm wondering. I feel like 7.5 was pretty low versus the Suns. I don't care what nobody's at the house. The right way they've been playing, I just feel like I don't know. I'm not saying something's up, but it seems a little low. I mean, the Raptors coming in here, put like this, man. And this is what I saw yesterday. And it was something to keep note of for today. Them road teams off this break been coming to play. The road team's been covering the shit out of these spread, and it seemed like the home teams then they're coming out just a little sleepy, or you know what I'm saying, a little bit too comfortable. You're fat and happy. That's just what it seems like to me. I mean, I'm just saying, me personally, it's just a game that I don't have a look on. Obviously, the Raptors should ramsack their whatever them boys got going. In my opinion, the Suns, they don't have a good deep enough bench, but like you say, they do have some players coming back. Who's to say they couldn't keep it close here in this game versus the Raptors? Like I say, the road teams they've been as you see yesterday coming off the break, the road teams seem like they've been a little bit more ready to play than the home teams. What you think about that, Jordan?
No, I definitely agree with you. I just want to build off something you said. I think that especially a night like tonight where you got a lot of teams that are playing on either the front half of back-to-back and or their first game back from the All-Star break. So like there's going to be some crazy stuff that happens. We saw last night a lot of favorites cover, so I mean I wouldn't be surprised if that trend continues, but I will say this, like the teams that you're going to have to really gauge, and I'm going to talk more about this with the last game of the night with the Lakers and the Grizzlies, but you kind of have to judge like what players and teams really prioritize rest versus prioritize continuing to stay in shape and stay ready and stay focused during the All-Star break if they didn't have a whole lot of commitment. And those teams that, took the whole week off and maybe only practiced once in the last week may come out a little sloppy, so you got to like kind of factor that in. You're handicapping tonight, especially in the derivatives market early in the first quarter and the first half. I think that's going to be the biggest factor to take into consideration tonight when you're betting the early markets here in this big slate for sure. So, I mean, I could see a team like Toronto maybe coming out a little sluggish and Phoenix, hitting them in the mouth early with a little bit of confidence now with a healthy roster, a little bit more healthy than what Toronto is after the All-Star break too. So, I mean, like it's kind of that game you're going to play tonight when you're talking about, maybe if you do like a trifecta, maybe just going small on one end of it here, the other end of it, just depending on what you think they're going to come out of the gate looking like here after a week off.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, when I go on a trifecta, I have supreme confidence in this shit, man. I'm like, oh, them boys will come out and smack them. You know what I'm saying? They'll come out and smack them. They'll by 10, 15 in the first quarter and ain't gonna never look back. Like Rockets-esque last night. Junior, my guy Junior said, he said Jordan stole my damn internet connection and gave me this. Junior, you back, man? What you think about the Pacers?
The Pacers, nah. I'm not on the Pacers. I think they're missing TJ Warren, if I'm not mistaken, and I just need to know that he's healthy.
He's not confirmed out.
Say that again?
No, I was just saying he's not confirmed out. You taking the Knicks, home dog?
Oh hell no! Nah. I'm. It's one of those that I just gotta see. I gotta see who's in the lineup. The way that the Pacers have been looking, they need all hands on deck before I'm gonna invest any money on them. 6.5 seems like a lot of points, even against the Knicks. I don't see why I should be laying points with the Pacers on the road right now. That's just not the look that I'm going for right now.
Damn, Junior, you ain't riding with Vince Game J here. You remember what happened in that game? A lot of people were saying that shit was fixed, man, the way the Pacers looked last time versus Knicks. Do you remember? I just want to ask you, do you remember what happened? Remember when the Pacers was favored by 11 points? That's when they was playing absolutely terrible. They lost. They only scored 85
outright
at the house versus the Knicks. Huh?
Yeah, they lost outright. And remember, I was off that game too because they didn't look right. But our guy Jordan had been telling us for a minute that they weren't looking right. I mean, I haven't made a Pacers wager in damn near at least a good like 6 weeks now, man. I need to see more from them. I know that Victor Oladipo's minutes restriction got lifted, and the fact that they've been able to practice for the last couple of days should probably help them. But I would rather live bet this game than blindly believe that the Pacers are going to cover a 6.5 point spread away from home.
Yeah, that live bet line is gonna get ugly real quick. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I'm gonna say, man. Let's get to the next game. Let's get to the next game. We got the Celtics versus the Timberwolves, man. And boy, the boy's lucky cat is out, man. And the cat, I think that I said the Timberwolves gonna be bet on here in the near future. Obviously, when they're full strength, when Karl-Anthony Towns and Russell are playing together. Obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns is out right now with a little wrist injury or whatever. And they lucky, boy, that he is not in there. I'll be maxing the Timberwolves out. They would win this game if Cat was in, man. The Celtics still laying 7 here on the road. Obviously, they played plenty of times without Kemba Walker. It's still their starting point guard. It's still not the same team. I'm staying off this game, man. I can't say I don't lean on the Timberwolves because I don't know if D'Angelo Russell is enough with the rest of it. They could keep this game close. Don't get it twisted. They keep this game close, man. I don't have the balls to do it, man. But I think the Celtics without Kemba Walker, put it like this. I think for them to be laying 7 here in the Minnesota, I feel like there should be full strength, the Celtics. Maybe if they don't take this game serious, man, they could slip up here without their starting point guard. It's a little bit of a vulnerable spot, man. And I wish the Timberwolves had Cat here, bro, but they don't, man. They don't. What you thinking, Junior? You taking you like the Celtics in this spot? They gonna smash them?
It's funny that you say that because I actually was trying to take Minnesota plus the points, but should have known that Cat was out. Once I seen that, I was completely off the game. I can't lay that many points with Boston without Kemba Walker. I mean, I can, but I would prefer not to. Minnesota just has a whole different vibe. There's a lot of teams that we're going to say that a lot about for the next, probably 7 to 10 days. The teams that have made significant roster moves, change coaches, any kind of significant change coming out of a period of rest. You kind of just don't know what you're going to see. The Minnesota's kind of a let's wait and see team. You know what I'm saying? Like when they first made the trade, they didn't even have D'Angelo Russell. And who did they beat? They beat like one of the best teams in the league. Who am I forgetting? They beat the first game with D'Angelo Russell. Do you guys remember who they beat? They beat a really quality team.
The Clippers.
What's that?
The Clippers.
Oh, it was the Clippers. They beat it by like 27, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they smacked the shit out of the boys.
I just kind of need to see more from them before I pretend like I know who they are. And as for Boston, if I'm going to lay 7 points with them, I'd prefer them to have a full lineup. Kemba Walker, that you're talking about 20 points a game, taken out of the lineup. I don't like that too much.
Exactly. What you thinking, Jordan? What you got in this spot? Anything on this Celtics versus Timberwolves spot? You think the under is a look? It opened at 230.5 down to 226.5.
With the way the Wolves are probably going to be playing with mostly small ball lineups without Cat, I would not be probably willing to take the under in this one just because they could continue to speed things up a little bit. Boston included. I think their one thing that they're going to want to do to Boston tonight is make sure Boston tries to play from behind at least to start the game if they're going to win this. And so I think their only chance to do that is to play fast tonight. So I definitely wouldn't touch the under here, even though that's where it's steamed entirely that direction. I'm just one of that. This is like I think I ditto with you guys. Excuse me. I'm laying off this one simply for the fact that both teams missing one of their two best players. And like you said, it's hard to trust Minnesota right now. But at the same time, like Boston without Kemba Walker playing against a team that's going to, basically start James Johnson at center and run small ball at you. That's not the type of team that Boston really has that much trouble with, obviously. But at the same time, like the way Minnesota's been playing, it's hard for me to lay the points here with Boston without Kemba Walker too. It's just one of those sides I can't pick a side here, so I'm just going to lay off the game.
I can dig it. Yeah, you don't force plays, man. You don't force. I know I don't, man. It could be a full card. Hey, I'm going with what the fuck I like, man. You can force it all day. It's on you, man. you gonna be pissed off when you lose some questionable shit. But when you're real strong on some of your cash shit, makes you feel good, man. Makes you feel good. So let's get to it, man. The next game we got a pretty big game as well, man. Nuggets versus OKC. Obviously, they've been balling, man, but they are a little bit better on the road. It's crazy to say than they are at the house. We got the Nuggets right before the break. They had won 4 straight games before losing in overtime to the Lakers. At the house, and that was a pretty good game as well that they played. The Nuggets, I must say, they were in pretty good form right before the break. They had, like I said, they had covered 6 of 7 before that as well. What you think in this spot, Junior? This is a tough one, man. Which one you ride when you ride? Team here, you think that the Nuggets? I think the Nuggets match up pretty well versus OKC, but I don't like the fact that Barton is still out as well for them. But obviously, they still got Murray, still got Gary Harris in there. They get Michael Porter Jr. back here, get Plumlee back as well. So, what you think in this spot, Junior? This is a tough call.
Yeah, I actually think that Michael Porter Jr. coming back is pretty big because not sure if you guys have been watching Denver lately. Gary Harris has not been playing good basketball. So he's still a young guy, so I'm not going to say, there's no hope for him to turn it around, but he's been playing bad for like a couple months now. That being said, I would actually, in this situation, ride with Denver just based on the way Denver's looked. They've looked like the better team of the two teams. I didn't really like the way that Oklahoma City looked against the Spurs. The loss that they had to Boston was a tough one, but the game against the Spurs, they did not play well. The game against the Pelicans at New Orleans, I think that was just a tough spot for New Orleans specifically. If I'm not mistaken, New Orleans was playing in a back-to-back situation. So I would just ride with Denver just based on the fact that it's just from a neutral standpoint, this is very close to a coin flip. And I think that matchup-wise, Denver has an advantage. Form-wise, just the way they've been playing lately, Denver has an advantage. And price-wise, I like Denver's price better in this situation. And like you mentioned, Oklahoma City is one of those weird teams that at home, they don't really play. Not that they don't play well, but they kind of play better on the road than they do at home. So I would lean Denver. It's not an official play, but if you're asking me what's my lean, it would be Denver in the spot.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm looking at it too, man. And the Nuggets already beat them earlier this year as well with 110-102. They just don't. Because look, Steven Adams, he can't really keep up with Jokic like that. Really, Steven Adams more is a, you know what I'm saying. The NBA is getting rid of true centers like Steven Adams, even though he can still be effective. If when they run Grant out there and Jokic, you know what I'm saying. Then you got Michael Porter Jr. as well, and you got Plumlee. These are athletic bigs, man. They damn near like real big threes type of shit, man. I don't know. I think that the Nuggets match up really well with OKC. It is on the road, but like I say, it's the first game coming out of the break here. We'll see here who's a better team. It's a reason why the Nuggets land 1.5 here on the road. What you thinking, Jordan?
Yeah, this is excuse me, I'm sorry about that. This is that game that I was looking at last night, and I was, I'm staying with you guys. I was with Denver as well, and then it shaded the other direction here, and it just has me really confused because Denver's getting healthy. I don't think Barton has been ruled out officially tonight. I think he's still questionable, and they're getting Plumlee back tonight, which is actually, I think, a bigger deal than what most people are going to give him credit for, because now they have way more options that they could utilize in their front court with Millsap and Grant as well healthy. So they got a ton of different looks they can throw OKC's way. Danilo Gallinari is not going to be able to guard either Jeremiah Grant or Mason Plumlee or Paul Millsap or whoever they throw out there in the power forward spot. They're going to have a distinct advantage there. The only thing that scares me is Denver's just not been that great on the road this year. They're one of those teams that really starts pretty slow on the road too, which is a little bit concerning. But OKC, we've seen it all. We talked about them, I think, all year, of just a team that we're waiting for them to start that regression. And we thought we saw it a little bit, but it's that they got that bounce back win over New Orleans. But like Junior said, I think that says more about the spot New Orleans when it was in than saying that OKC won that game. So yeah, if I had to play on this game, I'd probably be laying Denver too. It seems like we're all in agreement. We might need to stop making it a lean and actually make it a play here. But I am really concerned that the the juice has gone the steam's gone the opposite direction. That is a little concerning, I think.
Yeah, but what Coy is more said, spicy nuggets, 10-piece.
It might be time for the spicy nuggets.
It's OKC. It's OKC minus the 1.5, man. But I don't care, man. Like I said, if you like the Nuggets here, I mean, it's pretty much you just picking the winner of the game. So it's either and the Nuggets are 17-10 on the road. I do know what, and so look, the OKC is only 17-12 at home, and Denver is 17-10 on the road. So then you have a team that matches up real with them. And it's don't get me wrong, I feel like anything can happen in this game, and it could go either way. You can make and I usually stay away. And I mean, the Nuggets, I do lean that way, man. But it's not. It wouldn't be a super confident pick for me. I wouldn't be surprised to see OKC come out to break. And you know what I'm saying. But don't forget, before they game on the road, the 2 games at the house, they lost those. You lost to the Spurs on the back. Like I say, it was a terrible spot for them. Back to back, I think they had just played Denver. It was a terrible spot for them. OKC just was never in that game at the house. So I mean, if they play like that, the Nuggets gonna smack them boys.
The spicy Nuggets are also undefeated in divisional games. I didn't realize that until just now. They have not lost a divisional game yet.
Yeah, it's tough. I think they're gonna take it. We got 3 more games, man. 3 more games. The Spurs versus the Jazz. I didn't really have a strong look on that one. The total is going up. It's open at 222 up to 224 now. We know that the Jazz, when they get offensively going there, they can ramp up the pace. The Spurs defense has been absolutely terrible. The over might not be a bad play in that one. The Grizzlies versus the Lakers. Obviously, Grizzlies on the back-to-back. They've been pretty good on the back-to-back this year. They're getting 11 points in this spot. They could be the look here of the Grizzlies here. I had made a move on it. Lakers are rested here. The Grizzlies, a young team. Like I say, they've been good on the back-to-back. It could be a spot. And I know the Pelicans, everybody is that's tough. Feels like the game, man, that everybody's on the Pelicans. Now, obviously, no Dame Lillard for the Blazers. They at the house. They just lost to the Pelicans right before the break as well. Got smacked by them with Lillard. That one looks really too easy, man. It opened at 3. It's up to 5 now. Everybody gonna be on the Pelicans tonight, man. I can guarantee you that. Junior, did you have anything on these last 3 games?
No, sir. I think that I was leaning Pelicans a little bit, but I just think that it seems like some kind of a trap. I'm looking at it like this. Yesterday, I blindly bet on Memphis. If I had to lay points, I probably would have been off it, but I saw them at a pick'em, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the price. But we gotta remember that some of these really young teams, when you start talking about having to lay points on the road with a really young team that's below 500, does that seem like a good proposition to you? Because it doesn't seem like a good proposition to me. I know that Portland's without Dame Lillard, but they're still a professional team. They're still a veteran team. And I can't stand their team, trust me. But like you just said, they just got smacked down by New Orleans the last time they met. I don't know. I would rather just watch the game, live bet it, see how New Orleans comes out, see how Ingram comes out after such an extended period of time off, see what Portland looks like at home, because, at home they can be kind of frisky. I just don't see an obvious lean. And I hate that so many people think that New Orleans is the obvious pick. That makes me like it even less. So I'm definitely going to just, sit back and watch. As for Utah, San Antonio, there are 2 teams in the NBA that I mention all the time on the show that hate my guts. And that's the San Antonio Spurs and Cleveland Cavaliers. Every time I fade them, they take money out of my pocket. So I'm just not even going to get invested in that for a while. That's just a personal thing. And as for Memphis and the Lakers seem to be the obvious side, especially early. Memphis expended a lot of energy yesterday in that comeback against Sacramento and then fell short. It's got to be kind of demoralizing. My lean would be Lakers early, maybe a first quarter look. But I'm still kind of waiting and see. I still not sure if I want to pull the trigger. Lakers are -6.5 first half. First quarter, I would prefer to have it 1 possession game, but I'm seeing 3.5s and 4s across the board, which I'm not in love with.
Yeah, I can dig it. What you got? And Junior, you want to recap them with your plays for me, my guy?
Yeah, my plays are real simple. I've got. Oh, I guess I must have missed when you guys were talking about the Raptors. I don't know what you guys had to say, but this is what I have to say. The Raptors are going to check. I'm going to use an old WWE 90s reference. They're about to check the Suns into SmackDown Hotel on the corner of Jabroni Boulevard and Know Your Role Lane. All right, first half Raptors.
If you smell
Minus
the
4.5
fuck,
first
man?
half, 7.5 full game. And I got Mavs -4 at Orlando.
This guy here, man. All right, first the internet connection. Now he come out here with this shit. All right, man. Jordan, you got anything on the last three games? What you think on this Memphis Grizzlies spot, man? I know they've been good on the back to back. You think they're gonna run out of gas here? You think they can keep it close here versus the Lakers? We're getting double digits here. And do you have anything on the Pelicans versus Blazers spot?
Yeah, yeah. If you smell what Junior Browne is cooking, that's all I need to say. No, I'm just kidding. If the Spurs in Utah and New Orleans Portland are probably two games that I'm a little sad that I missed out on the overnight lines because those just steamed on the overs for San Antonio, Utah, and then obviously the Pelicans are just getting hammered. It's two things I'm probably going to stay off of right now. Just the Pelicans, like Junior said, it's just hard to trust a team that's below 500 on the road, even with Dame Lillard being out for Portland. That's still I'm not going to step in front of them. It does seem a little too easy, though. I will say that, and that's one of those crazy spots in this business that can come back and bite you somewhat often. As for the Spurs and Utah, I'm probably staying off that one. But for the Lakers and Memphis tonight, I do have a couple plays in this game. And I'm actually going against the grain a little bit on Junior here. And I think Memphis is actually going to come out with a pretty good sense of urgency in the first quarter. The Lakers have been off for a week. This is one of the oldest teams in the NBA. You know they took it pretty easy over the break to try to get rested and healthy for the second half. They do not care about this game as much as the Grizzlies do, who lost last night in a pretty bad fashion. Now, I will say this. I think the Grizzlies might run out of gas here late in this one, so there's no way I'm stepping in front of the Lakers in the first half or the full game with this one. But 3.5 points, almost 4 for the first quarter, I think isn't enough for this one. And on top of that, I like the over here in the first half at 113.5. These are two of the fastest paced teams early on in games. First quarter, they're both top 10 in pace. First half, they're both top 13, with obviously the Grizzlies being the higher end of that one. They're going to come out and try to, hit the Lakers in the mouth early and hope they're sleeping a little bit here coming off the break. The Lakers, I will say this, I don't think it's going to take them long to get into focus here. But if they did take the week off here and take it easy and kind of prioritize rest over practice, they could come out a little bit flat. I think that does give Memphis just a slight opportunity early. But I also will say this. The Grizzlies are going to give up a ton of points tonight. Would not surprise me to see the Lakers drop 125 plus on them, 60 plus in the first half. So I think 113.5 is just way too low for this one here. So officials for me, I got small on Grizzlies first quarter plus 3.5, much bigger on Grizzlies Lakers over 113.5 first half, and I got Pacers tonight. We're riding with the we're hoping that the Pacers can get it back in tonight at -6.5.
Yeah, I might have to ride with you on that Grizzlies early, man, because even though the 11 looks large for the full game, I mean like you say, they could just run out of gas there, man. I don't like that they can't rest it. I mean, when you lose it with a game like that, knowing that you want to take the Grizzlies next night, you like, man, just go ahead and lay down, just take the fucking starters out, man, and just preserve yourself for tomorrow instead of trying to come back. And you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking about down to the seconds, they was trying to extend their game, so you don't like that, but that Grizzlies first quarter and first half could be nice, man. Obviously you would need the Lakers to come out sleeping. You don't want to come out playing for real, because if it's get ugly real quick, that's the only thing that scare me. But I don't know. It's tough, man. It's tough. But yeah, I'm definitely on that Pacers with you though. I'm definitely on that Pacers with you, Jordan, for damn sure, man. And the Mavs as well, man. Let's try to get to some cash today. We out of time. Y'all come back and holler at me tomorrow, man. I'm gonna be by myself, but we still gonna try to get to some cash. Little Saturday show, man. We didn't did it before. We're gonna try to get to some cash, man. Forget the fucking bookies, man. We're gonna try to take all their damn money. Leche, Los bookmakers.